What is going on, SHIB Army? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another live stream for you guys. Oh my goodness. When they panic, we pounce. We got some big news from Coinbase Institutional. Guys, I told you, I have a gut feeling that today is going to be the day. I don't know. I felt it deep down inside. I was like, oh man, it's going to happen today, sometime this week. But it happened today. Thankfully and surely, guys, we have done it. Oh man, so excited. Oh man. Coinbase Custody. So Coinbase Institutional, what does this mean for the SHIB Army? Where are we headed? What is going on with this cryptocurrency? SHIB Army, diamond hands, baby, diamond hands. When they panic, we pounce. I've been saying this every single day for so many days, but my goodness, let us just be prepared, not surprised. All the sayings. But real quick, make sure you guys click the link in the description and deposit 1 cent into your WEBULL brokerage account. Get your 2 free stocks. For anybody that is maybe rewatching this as a rerun, go ahead and click the link. Support your boy, support yourself. Get your 2 free stocks up to $2,300. Now, Coinbase Custody. What is happening? What is going on with this information? Give it a quick like. So Coinbase Custody announced today that they now support CLV or Clover, Mask, and SHIB. So what does this mean for the Shiba Inu community and the SHIB holders? A big shout out to Vibi Vargas. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Hashtag your pop army. My boy Vibi, thank you so much for your support, my man, and dropping the $10 super chat. But yes, guys, the ones who have been patient, the ones who have had diamond hands, Coinbase Institutional now allows SHIB trading on their platform. What does this mean? So Coinbase Institutional is exactly what it sounds like. It is a platform for institutional investors. So again, big money to invest into cryptocurrency. It's not for the small retail investors like you and I that are probably watching. We might have some big dogs that are in here. Don't get me wrong. And if you are, much respect. But again, for the smaller retail investors, we have Coinbase Pro and Coinbase. So the fact that the institutional platform now listed SHIB as one of their assets, if you go on here, go on their website, you guys can see if we go to SHIB, there it is, Shiba Inu with a 3.7. Let's see, is that the market cap that they have on the right? Yeah, the market cap. According to their website, maybe a little bit off, but they have it listed right here as one of the assets you can now buy on Coinbase Institutional. This is really big news for all the fudders, for all the naysayers who have been continuously telling us, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. This is a cryptocurrency with nothing going for it. All of the FUD has been literally silenced after this happened. Now, what does this mean? What is next? So after institutional, Coinbase Institutional has crypto assets listed, 100% of the time, we'll see the same coins also listed or tokens on Coinbase Pro and Coinbase, the retail investor platforms. So guys, be prepared, not surprised. The amount of excitement and energy I have right now that I'm sharing with each and every one of you as the SHIB Army members is 100%, 150% just me being honest all the time. And the fact is, we've been patient. We have been waiting for this moment. We got delisted. Look at this. Let me just pull up the price action. Coin market cap real quick here. Coin market cap, Shiba Inu. Just to show you guys our true patience, right? And I don't think the market has not even reacted yet to this because again, it's institutional. People are waiting for that Pro and Coinbase listing, but it's going to happen. I'm 110% sure it's going to happen. It could happen as soon as literally tomorrow morning or as late as probably by the end of the week. Now, again, when I talk about patience, I started making Shiba Inu content on May 15th, 2021. We were at 1,500 Satoshi units. And ever since that day, literally, the market continued to pull back. SHIB continued to pull back. We did have a couple green days when we were up to about 1,700, but we pulled back, guys. We've been bearish, very bearish territory through the month of May, through the month of June, and even through the month of July. It just looked like it was a never-ending down cycle. And I know a lot of people were upset. A lot of people paper-handed out of their positions because they were like, you know what? I don't know if I can be patient anymore. But always remember the things that I continue to remind you guys on my videos and in this for this entire channel. the things that I mentioned about Warren Buffett's quotes, right? And people are like, dude, what are you talking about, these Warren Buffett quotes? Warren Buffett, patient to impatient. I think we could literally just Google this to show you guys. Here it is. This quote right here, this is something that resonates with me because you guys know I am someone who has absolutely failed miserably when it comes to investing in the past. I'm talking 2017, 2018, the initial run up for Bitcoin and the entire cryptocurrency market. I bought in at the high and I sold at the low, thinking that, hey, this is a never ending downfall, and you know, all the things that I believed in, right? When the market was going up, I was super bullish. I was super excited. Bitcoin is the future of all things cryptocurrency. Mind you, Bitcoin at the time was $9,000 to $10,000, and that's when I thought I was buying at the high. For the time being, it actually went double since then, but we saw double-digit red days that had me paper-handed of my own position because of the fact that I didn't have that true diamond hand mentality. I did not have conviction for the things that I was investing in. And this is Warren Buffett's quote. This is a man that I like using as an example because he's intelligent. He has had a lot of success in the stock market, and with Berkshire Hathaway, just a very successful individual. And he says, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. And it's literally just that. All those paper hands leaving out of their position, selling out of their positions. Let me move my screen so you guys can actually see the quote I'm looking at. Right up here. The stock market, a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Make sure you guys remember that. For the cryptocurrency market, it's the same deal. For the real estate market, it's the same deal. Time is the only thing that we know will always exist, right? Obviously. That's not even something that we need to discuss. But impatience versus patience. Having that true diamond hand mentality. Being able to stomach the volatility. Being able to wait it out during these rough times. Very rough price action for the last few months. Almost you have that feeling of, I don't know if I'm even hopeful, right? You lose that sense of hope. And that's one thing that I always wanted to try to bring with my channel. It's helping people understand we have a vision. You invested into this cryptocurrency specifically for a reason. You really like the fact that it was a community-driven cryptocurrency. You really like the fact that it has a lot of community backing. It was growing at a rapid rate that you believed in. And for some, they left. And for others, they spread FUD. But for you and I that are here right now, the 431 of you that are in the chat right now, make sure you guys smash that like button if you haven't already. But for the 451 of you that are in here right now, you believe in this cryptocurrency. You believe in the vision that they have, and you believe in its longevity. And that's what it's all about, folks. Waiting for the days like today, when we get the positive news that we have been patiently waiting for a really long time. So we bought the dip. Yesterday, we bought the dip, and we're just continuing to wait. And hopefully now our patience pays off. And really, I'm really hoping that the patience prevails for this one, just like Warren said. And a big shout out to Dreadnought dropping the €2 super chat. Are you watching the Shiba Inu AMA? I am not, man. It's all about Shiba Inu, 110%. So I'm just ready to see everything pick back up. I'm excited for the price action moving forward. And we got a lot more to talk about outside of just SHIB and outside of just the Coinbase listing. And I told you guys, this will seal the deal. For the ones who have been kind of iffy, this here will seal the deal. And a big shout out to Tony, man. Tony Isa, one of the biggest supporters of the channel. And he says, Pop, what's up, my brother? Patience is key to life, period. I'm not going anywhere. SHIBARMY for life. You and Milkshake are totally awesome. Love what you do for us. Shake and Pop, the face of Shiba. My man, I am so glad to be one of the faces people recognize as Shiba Inu investors. I'm still waiting for the day that I end up running to one of the Shiba Inu SHIBARMY members, because I still haven't to this day, which means we have a lot more work to do. We should be seeing each other day in and day out. So I am so excited for what we have in the future. And again, Tony, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Dreadnought, you as well, thank you so much for the €2 super chat as well, my friend. Now, other news for today, guys. I'm really excited to share with you all something big, something that I've been anticipating and hoping for, but finally it actually came true. So SHYTOSHI has recently come out and mentioned that Shiba Inu Phase 2 is well on the way. In addition to that, I was communicating with him back and forth, and today on Telegram we finally got some confirmation that every Saturday we will be starting a series with all of you, the SHIB Army members. And the series is going to be called SHYTOSHI Saturdays. He came up with the name because we were like, what would be a cool name for it? And SHYTOSHI said it first. SHYTOSHI Saturdays, where we'll be hosting a question and answer session, a Q&A. And the questions from you all, the ones who tune into the videos, the one who support me every single day, the questions will come directly from each and every one of you. And we'll be responding to those. We being SHYTOSHI, the developer of the swap, and currently the person who's the biggest visionary for this cryptocurrency. He's leading on, and he typed up the full information that we wanted to know about Phase 2, Shibarium, L2, Bone, everything that we've been wanting to know. Hopefully now we have a vehicle for answers. So just make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join the Your Pop channel, because this is a place where you hopefully get all the answers you're looking for Shiba Inu. We're talking token burn. I'm talking everything you have been wondering about. I'm hoping that we'll be able to address those questions and get those answers. Gas fees, everything. We're going to hopefully be able to answer those. And a big shout out to Senju, man, dropping the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Senju. He says, Ahmed Sensei, you already know me, brother. Conviction and dedication always. Look forward to the Q&A with SHYTOSHI Sama and Saturday Sensei. Yeah, man, I am super excited. Again, Senju, thank you so much for the support, my friend. Absolutely. Of course, I know who you are, man, and I'm just excited for what we have in store here. Now, when it comes to time and all the details, we haven't ironed it out. I was too excited to keep it in. I was like, SHYTOSHI, I gotta send out a tweet ASAP. So big shout out to the man himself. If you don't know who SHYTOSHI is, you better know now. One of the #1 biggest influencers, I would say, for the SHIB community. He developed a swap. He led the development of the swap. It was a whole team that was dedicated to it. But again, if you guys have questions about Shiba swap, if you have questions about token burn, if you have questions about anything, you guys see here that he's ready to answer our questions. So I'm going to start hopefully putting out posts, and you guys type up all the questions that you might have about SHIB, about Bone, and about Leash. And SHYTOSHI is going to answer everything that he possibly can. And what he's asking me for the first few maybe is to have all questions set up and ready by maybe Wednesday, so midweek for Saturday. So between now, I'm going to probably send out some kind of tweet. I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of how to do it, but I'm guessing I'm going to do some kind of tweet where I'll send out a message saying, hey, ask the questions below, and I'll select the best ones, and I'll have Shy go in there and select the best ones as well. Because when they panic, we pounce. Dwayne Smith, thank you so much for the $20 super chat, man. Appreciate all your support. Say, que paso, amigo? I live in Texas. Let's meet up. I go on vacation next week. People watch out for scammers on Twitter. They try to say I won 200 million SHIB, but I had to give my seed phrase. Man, be wary, family. Dwayne Smith, appreciate your support, my man. But yeah, let's be extremely careful, folks. Don't fall into all the scams that are out there. So many, literally numerous, almost I would say like an infinite amount of scams that are circulating around the cryptocurrency space and all over the SHIB army, the SHIB community. There are so many of those people, the fudders, the ones who are the scammers out there trying to take every single one of your dollars. Never ever give away your passphrase. Never ever give away passwords. Never give wallet addresses, and don't send money to anybody that asks you to do so. Especially if they try to impersonate Shy, me, Milkshake, anybody else, Ryoshi, anybody. Make sure you stay away from them. All right? Okay. Now, oh man, I'm so excited about this. Coinbase institutional listing SHIB. This is the teaser we needed in preparation for the Coinbase listing. I am so excited. And again, the market really hasn't been reacting quite yet. Not yet. We did see a nice bounce off of support as soon as the news was leaked, but still nothing quite yet. So still awaiting to see the actual run up. And Lonnie Jackson, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, my friend. He says, I joined WEBULL and I got my free stocks. Big shout out to Lonnie plugging the WEBULL link. And if you guys don't know, the link in the description below for WEBULL will give you 2 free stocks. And Lonnie Jackson looks like he secured his 2 free stocks. So might as well get your 2 free stocks. Up to $2,300 could be your SHIBARMY. And for the month, I believe it's just a $0.01 deposit. So for every penny, it's going to support me that you deposit. And you'll also get your free stocks. So make sure you take advantage, folks. Make sure you guys take advantage. So what does this actually mean? So overall, the cryptocurrency market, as you guys know today, has been pretty red. Bitcoin down about nearly 2%. Ethereum recovering pretty nicely, actually. Binance still down. Cardano a little bit down. So again, a little bit of a correction because we've been very, very bullish for the last few days. Almost a full week of green days, which helped us recover out of the fact that Bitcoin was at 29K, Ethereum broke under 2,000, but now we're nicely recovering. So the fact that this information dropped on a red day, the market might not get as excited as it would be on a green day. Sensible. Now, what does that mean though in terms of when the market picks back up and everything turns back to green? And when we actually get listed on the actual Coinbase platform and Coinbase Pro, the retail investor platform, that's going to be huge. So basically with the fact that they listed SHIB on the institutional platform first, it's going to give some of those institutional investors a little bit of a, hey, here's your chance to get in before we list it on the actual main platforms, which can also potentially create some really strong buying pressure and get this thing moving very, very quickly. People don't typically look at the institutional listing, nor do they pay attention much to it. But you guys can see, outside of just me, a lot of other people were very, very excited. SHYTOSHI included. A couple hours ago, he sent the retweet. I think it was also the SHIB Informer. Where are we at? SHIB Informer. Just, again, a lot of excitement around the SHIB community. So, super duper hyped up to see what happens. And it's not just me. A lot of the devs are excited and a lot of other investors are super happy about this news. So let's go, SHIBARMY. I am so, so happy. So happy. Man, oh man. James Bond with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, James. Says, hi, Uncle Shiba. How do you buy in Shiba Swap using Coinbase Wallet on your phone? The Shiba Swap is different when using your phone. So what I personally do, so you can use your D apps. James, you have 2 options. If you're someone that's new, by the way, that's tuning in for the first time, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. But if you're looking to figure out how do I utilize the swap platform and the swap feature, if it's your first time in Shiba Inu or in the swap, just make sure you realize that it's easy to swap tokens, just like you would on Uniswap, just like you would use on anything. Now, if you're doing it on your cell phone directly, you have to use your D apps. So if you go on Coinbase Wallet on your phone directly, I'm going to pull up my wallet real quick. There's an option to use the D apps, is what it's called. So right at the bottom, here we go. I'm going to just pull it up to the screen. But you see the little 4 boxes? Let's see if I can bring it up to the screen where you can see it. You see that? So this is the Coinbase wallet. At the way bottom, you'll see three things. You'll see the wallet itself on the left-hand side. In the middle, you'll see, that's what we call the D apps, and on the right-hand side, you'll see a settings button. Make sure you hit the middle button, which is actually the D apps, and from there you just navigate to the swap and utilize it that way. And if you do have more questions, there are actually dedicated videos on the YouTube space on how to utilize the D apps and how to buy directly from a cell phone instead of using something like a desktop version. For me, I've always used this version here, but again, it's ultimately your choice. So yeah, man, looks like a lot of excitement in the chat. Oh, we got Chad Reddings in the chat too. Chad, my man. What's Chad say? Chad said, hey everyone, never heard of Coinbase Institutional before. Yeah, Chad. So again, Coinbase Institutional is only, it's a platform solely for institutional investors. So there's a certain amount of money that you need to actually utilize this platform. But again, it's for the bigger institutions. Broad selections of crypto assets, and honestly, today was my first day after everyone started retweeting about it and sending out messages. This was the first time I even heard about Coinbase Institutional. So you go through the custody platform. But regardless, again, Coinbase Institutional is, again, it says, let's see here, currency. I don't think they talk about really the specifics. It's again, one of those more hidden gems. But if you scroll back and look at the history of things that are listed on Coinbase Institutional, there tends to be a very strong correlation between, not a strong correlation, a pretty much 100% correlation between listing on Coinbase Institutional, followed by Coinbase Pro, then Coinbase. So we're just getting hinted at, and I think we have a lot of excitement coming our way in terms of price action and hopefully just more mass adoption for our favorite cryptocurrency, that is Shiba Inu. Stephen Belair, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my man. He says, check what I sent you on Discord. It explains what Coinbase Custody is briefly. All right, let me pull that up quick. Let's get a quick definition from Stephen, because he's the one. Shout out to Stephen Belair, by the way. He's the one who actually told me. I was at work, and then I get a tag on Discord. I'm like, what's this all about? And it was Stephen's message saying, you can thank me later. And he was absolutely correct. So here it is. Per this highlight, real quick. If you're wondering just how institutional Coinbase Custody requires a minimum balance of 10 million USD and charges a setup fee of 100,000 USD in addition to a 10 basis points fee that is charged monthly. So shout out to Stephen Belair, by the way. So guys, when I talk about big money, and that's what's required, is to be part of the big money crew to invest via the institutional platform, it's right here. And SHYTOSHI and I were actually talking about it. He said this is big money, so just know that this can actually really affect and drive the price of Shiba Inu. So you need a balance of 10 million US dollars to utilize Coinbase Institutional platform. Holy smokes. Whales, exactly, Chad. Whales. So we'll see. And I'm sure there was some sort of demand for them to list it on there. But all I'm saying is, as I made a video, get in before the whales do. I'm holding by that strong and long. And wow, let me make sure I touch on these super chats. Warren B79, sick to my stomach. Yesterday morning I woke up and all the crypto was stolen from my MetaMask wallet and never shared password or seed phrases. Warren, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. My goodness. How did that even happen though? All your crypto assets were from your MetaMask wallet too. How does that even happen? I mean, I've heard of it happening from maybe people accidentally giving their information to a platform or somebody that asks them for it. But my goodness, Warren, I'm so sorry. Send me a message after the stream on any platform, man. I'll see what I can do if there's anything I can do. But I'm really sorry to hear that, man. Sheesh. Oh, man. That threw off the mood for sure. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bring the negativity, but Warren, thank you for sharing. And again, it's just a reminder to everybody. Please make sure your crypto assets are safe. There's the 100% safe place to keep them, of course, is the cold storage wallets and the hot storage wallets too. As long as you're not sharing your wallet phrases or anything like that, you should hopefully be able to be, somewhat secure. But again, there's no such thing as being 110% safe. But again, Warren, thank you for sending us a reminder today, man. It's tough, and I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Man, oh man. And DeWitt Touch dropping the $10.69 super chat. Thank you so much for the $10, my man. He says, I have 75 million on the swap and 562 million on crypto.com. It lets me stake, and I get 280,000 a week. You have the best Shiba Inu content, very genuine. Keep it up. Diamond hands, DeWitt. Diamond hands, my man. Appreciate your kind words, and really glad to hear that you have a very substantial position in SHIB, well on your way to that 1 billion mark. And again, that's a goal of a lot of us, me included. So hopefully you and I will get there together sometime, and let's see where all this goes, my friend. And Dwayne Smith dropping the $10 super chat. He says, how would you check your earnings without unstaking all the time? So if you're staking your earnings and you're looking to figure out where that information is, real quick for Dwayne Smith, let's pull up the swap. So if you go to here on the swap, go to Bonefolio. So every Shiba Inu needs to check their stash, as they said here. So your Doglytics, you go down in here, scroll all the way down to Portfolio, and then you'll scroll down. So what you'll see that I have is it's showing my Bone Ethereum liquidity pool tokens, which is 5.53. you'll see the amount that I initially deposited, nearly $1,200, 1138. How much bone is in my balance and how much Ethereum, and my profit loss, total bone harvested, $1,097 worth, and bone pending. So that's unwolfable bone. So you can see all of these different things that are listed down here in your bone folio. That's what you can kind of track and follow. That's A. That's space number one. Number two, say you're staking, purely burying. If you go into where you're burying, so say you're burying SHIB like I am. If you go on your SHIB burying feature, you scroll down, you'll see wolfable bone this week and unwolfable bone 4.37. And then if there's any updates to that, they should continue to accumulate here. So that's another place you can kind of look to see how you're doing. Same thing if I'm, say for example, I have 253 bones buried, 0.248 bones currently accumulated that are wolfable, and then the 0.5 that are unwolfable. So you can just do basic math and do some of the calculation with looking at the price of bone, price of SHIB, and see how much you've accumulated so far. So that's one way to do it. But I really like the bone folio. But for me, it only works for the liquidity pool. So that's the one thing that I wish, and that's something that maybe I can ask SHYTOSHI in our Q&A for SHYTOSHI Saturdays, is we can ask, where can we look at our unrealized gains or unrealized losses via the swap? Because on your wallet, if it's XSHIB or in the collateral version of the token, you won't be able to see what the value is. So otherwise, that's one place to look. So hopefully, Dwayne, that kind of helps a little bit answer, or at least somewhat answer your question. Johnny Bullies, I think is the name. Johnny Bullies. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He said, thank you, Pop, for keeping us informed. Did you notice that an exotic car rental company is accepting SHIB as payment? SHYTOSHI tweeted it. When they panic, we pounce. My man. I love it. Thank you so much for the super chat. And absolutely, I know exactly what you're talking about. So if you guys didn't see SHYTOSHI, I think it was yesterday maybe, he tweeted, it was someone who talked about, because he talked about Lamborghinis. It was, nope, a little lower, right here. Have Lambos, rent Lambos. Let's go. I love it. So yeah, this person named Johnny, one of the Shiba Army members, actually has a car rental location, it seems. And you can actually rent, there's some supercars and luxury vehicles that are available. Also, BitGo Drive, one of the Europop members, so one of the channel members here, he also is looking to accept Shiba Inu as payment for his cars that he sells, and he sells luxury vehicles. So all of these things coming together, man, for the community, it's all phenomenal. It's so amazing just to see everything come to fruition, and it's happening day by day. Every single day we're getting one step closer to that end goal, which in my opinion there really isn't an end goal for this token. I think it's more just continuing to grow this community and continue to see this thing prosper, because we've been bearish. And again, if I pull up just a 3-month chart, very basic chart, no technicals or anything, this is what we call straight consolidation, running sideways, waiting for breakout. And every time we attempted to break out, right, if it was from the Coinbase listing, right here, the initial breakout, or if it was from the swap dropping, when was that? July 6th, right here, we see the little bit of breakout, but then the bears continue to push us down. The paper hands continue to sell out of their positions. The price manipulators continue to manipulate the market and put on selling pressure. So it's been rough. It's been so rough. But we are getting one step closer with all the positive catalysts, all the positive news to get us to that goal, which is start seeing those zeros come off slowly but surely. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm not in a rush, because again, this is not a 1-month hold, a 3-month hold. I said that since May. This is a very minimum. What I'm looking for is potentially probably a 4-year, 5-year hold for me. So again, very long, holding strong, and always will pounce when they panic, folks. Big shout out to everyone that's in the chat right now. We have 751 of you. So if you haven't already, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're just trying to, again, spread positivity, and hopefully we're going to start seeing more and more people join this community. And Jade Ruma dropping the $5 super chat says, thank you guys for all your hard work. I love the passion from all of you guys. Can't wait for this thing to take off. Diamond hands all the way. Jade, thank you so much for the kind words. And honestly, I'm just glad I have people that I can share this excitement with. Nope. None of my inner circle, not my work community, not where I work, not my nuclear family, even my closest friends. Not a lot of them appreciate this crypto and this community as much as I do. So you guys, the ones that always tune into the streams and tuning into the videos, you guys share the same excitement as I do. So thank you first. So that's to you, Jade, and everybody else that's part of this channel. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Image251 dropping the $20 super chat. It says Coinbase, approximately 56 million verified users, 8,000 institutions, and 134,000 ecosystem partners in over 100 countries trust Coinbase to easily and securely invest, spend, save, earn, and use crypto. My man, Image, sharing the knowledge. Take that for a second. I want to highlight 56 million verified users and 8,000 institutions, guys. 8,000 institutions. So when we initially got listed on Coinbase Pro and Coinbase we saw what happened to the price action. That was before people even were really able to start buying in using the platforms. That was just the guys like you and I who were outside of Coinbase buying it up as soon as the news dropped. The retail investors that are comfortable utilizing swaps and things of that nature. But now, once we get relisted, all these technical difficulties, all the FUD completely gone. Man, oh man, I am very excited to see the price action. But remember, you guys have to always take one thing really into consideration, and that is Shiba Inu's market cap currently at 2.5 billion nearly. You guys have to make sure you appreciate the fact that this is no longer just, you know, a small crypto. We're in the top 50 cryptocurrencies in the market. We were once upon a time the top 30, and we will get there again. But make sure you guys understand that as a community-driven crypto, look at the other top 30 cryptocurrencies out there. Nothing else, not a single token, has the same community backing that Shiba Inu does. Not in this short of time. Not in this short of time. So I'm excited, folks. I am very, very excited to see what we have in store. Thank you so much, Image, for dropping the $20 and for also mentioning what Coinbase is all about and why we're so excited for this catalyst. Dwayne Smith, thanks for showing us that, bro. Dwayne, I got your back, man. Thank you so much for your continued support and the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. And let's see, we have Mr. Senju dropping the $10. Thank you so much, Senju. He says, Phase 2 is looking promising. What are your thoughts on SHIB having its own stable coin, SHI, in the future? I hope to ask SHYTOSHI about Treat and Gur. List 2. How was the wedding? Love you, brother. Love you too, Senju, man. You are honestly just, again, you've become a brother to me. Although we don't interact much elsewhere outside of the chat, maybe here and there, again, it's really crazy to me that I'm able to build a family online. And that's, again, that comes with this Shiba Inu token, this cryptocurrency, this ecosystem, is we're building a family outside of just that of the conventional families that we've known throughout history. Now, Phase 2 is looking absolutely promising, Senju. I went live and we were talking about all the things for Phase 2. We went through the entire article that SHYTOSHI wrote out, and that's some fantastic things you bring up. We want to know more about Treat because that wasn't mentioned. We want to know about the GRR or the GRRR list as well. Those are really good questions that we want to address. So Senju, make sure you keep those things noted. And I need to start creating a master list of questions that we want to ask SHYTOSHI. And again, this is going to be weekly on Saturdays. The wedding was great. So happy for one of my childhood friends to see him get married. Just, you know, again, one of the beauties in life is, in my opinion, marriage. So it was fantastic. And I think it's good news. It's good that we have that. Just is going to legitimize our ecosystem, having a stable token, right? And the big thing is for me, you know, once I understood the true utility for stable tokens and stable coins, right? Instead of having to always cash out for your gains in cryptocurrency, you can instead, if you're anticipating a market correction or a market downfall or anything like that, instead of cashing out to US dollars or fiat currency, you could put your money into a stable coin until things pick back up. So for me, it's really exciting. And the fact is they're looking to utilize it again for that Shiba net and so many of the bombshells that they dropped on us in the article. So a big shout out to SHYTOSHI. There's a lot more that we need to understand and know, but really I am just so hyped up for what we have in store. And let's scroll down a little bit because where was this? Phase 2, phase 2, phase 2. You see, there's so much that goes on Twitter. I could probably find it on SHYTOSHI. But again, I think we have really the disruption that this cryptocurrency is going to cause. Disruption is the word that I want to use here. Is going to be astronomical. It's going to be something that most of us can't even fathom. And I think people still haven't really understood what's coming with this entire phase 2 rollout. I don't think much people understand what it means to have your own blockchain. Your own blockchain. Absolutely insane. So again, for SHI and the utility that they have in terms of having a stable token and what they want to do with it, and you can see here the big thing that they mentioned, leash. It's gonna give leash. The big thing that I really loved about this article, by the way, is they mentioned bone and leash. SHYTOSHI mentioned the other tokens that are part of this ecosystem. But the big thing here that we need to understand is global exchange value of SHI, again, pegged to the penny, right? Allows people to have a fully decentralized token that could be used in exchanging goods without a concern of the change in value day to day or even minute to minute. So again, the other thing he mentioned, and Elon Musk, this is what kind of tweaked me out. Elon Musk mentioned the same thing during the B Word conference, and that is credit cards. So if 30s or when dealing with transactions that aren't instantly settlable, which is credit cards. Literally Elon's words. So people have been speculating, is SHYTOSHI Elon Musk? The world may never know, but if it is, insane, mind-blowing. But so they're working to find a perfect methodology to implement the token, and of course, the end goal for SHI, operating both on the Ethereum and Shibarium blockchain, which again really excited me, the fact that they're going to let them work on both, they're going to let SHI work on both, becomes a global stable currency that plebes across all countries, plebes, however you pronounce it the way you want to, across all countries are able to use both a store of value and a method of payment. Game changing, folks. So too hyped for what we have in store, guys. Really, I am way too hyped. And again, Senju, hopefully that helps answer some of your questions, but we've got a lot more in store, family. We got a lot more in store. And I'm super hyped about this. We've already talked about it today, but I don't know. This is some big news that SHYTOSHI is willing to help me utilize my platform in a way to bring in more engagement and more information to the SHIB army directly. So when you guys ask, hopefully we'll get answers for. Oh, and let me turn on slow mode. I am so sorry. I forgot to do that at the beginning of the stream. One sec here, folks. Slow mode. I see people spamming, so here we go. Slow mode activated. I'm sorry, mods. My fault. George Crozier coming in hot, still floating around, my friend. New Hampshire moderates or cloud shot. Man, George, you've been quiet lately, but I'm glad that we are seeing you today. So much excitement. So much excitement, man. And really appreciate you coming in and joining us on the live stream, and appreciate your support too. So thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Fernando also dropping the $5. He says, always supporting you, Pop, and my hashtag SHIB Army community. Much love, my man. Thank you for your continued support and all the kind words, my friend. Nadir Abdul Basir dropping the $5 as well. Thank you so much, Nadir. So many people just supporting, man. Really, thank you guys. All I can say is thank you. And Jimmy Brown dropping the $5 as well. I'm seeing that a little bit earlier than usual. He says, is SHIB being on Coinbase institutional the same like it was on Coinbase Pro in a few days? It will be on Coinbase, or does it have to go on Coinbase Pro first? So typically what we would see in terms of timeline, Jimmy, is the institutional one is typically not something that we would really even anticipate at this moment. Right? Because when they list a token on an institutional platform, again, one of the requirements, as Stephen Belair said, is one of the big requirements is having 10 million US dollars as a minimum to fund that account. So again, this is not for retail investors, maybe like you and I, the smaller dogs, right? These are for the multi-millionaires, even potentially billionaires, the whales, as Chad Redding said earlier, the whales to come in and kind of start a position into a cryptocurrency like this one. So we'll see what happens there. But again, Jimmy, I'm anticipating that we'll see a Coinbase Pro and a Coinbase listing here very soon, and probably as soon as tomorrow or sometime this week. Because we've already been teased, right? This weekend when Rigor Mortis and I were live, was that Saturday night, I believe? Him and I were talking about, or someone in the chat mentioned that the deposit button is now enabled on the Coinbase Pro platform, which was pretty huge news. So again, those are the kind of things that we're looking forward to, and those are the kind of catalysts that we're in need of right now as things have been somewhat bearish for those of us who have been able to pounce. As this token continued to dip over the last few months, I'm hoping now we're going to finally start seeing that beautiful and steady recovery. So thank you so much, Jimmy, for the super chat. And Quantum Fifi dropping the $5. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support, my man. Stephen Belair says, drop a like for this great content to appear for others on the YouTube algorithm. My man, Stephen Belair, always supporting. And also, guys, make sure you give a big shout out to Stephen, because he was the one who told me that Coinbase Institutional listed SHIB. He was the first to tell me. And then I followed it by sending it out on Twitter. And I saw at that time, everyone was already all over it, which is absolutely phenomenal. And now that it says SHIB is already on Coinbase Pro, it is. So you can withdraw SHIB right now, but you cannot deposit. If you try to deposit, it just kind of goes on this round and round and round buffering screen, if you will. But currently you can't actually utilize Coinbase Pro to deposit or buy new SHIB. 1 year, 700,000. 1 year, 700K users. Who's done that? Nobody has done that. Nobody has even got, an inch on us in terms of that. So, absolutely, man. SHYTOSHI is probably a few of the social media staff at Amazon. Mind blown. Everto Merco. Hey, man. As Shai says, he doesn't want to dox himself, as well as some of the other SHIB community members, because they would be very easily recognized by the community. Food for thought. Food for thought, folks. Stephen Belair, thank you so much for the $2, man. Really unnecessary, but I appreciate everybody who's been supporting. Shout out to my man, Your Pop. He is the SHIB bomb. Appreciate you, my man, Stephen. Thank you for your support. Really, really appreciate you, man. Shiba Bone Collector, aka Candasia Foods, dropped into $10. Thank you so much, Shiba Bone Collector. Candasia says, I went from earning 150 bones to 172 per day from my 309 Bone Ethereum LP tokens. Bone dropped a little bit, but the extra 22 bones is making it an easy pill to swallow. FYI, just hit 1 trillion Saitama. Wow, the Shiba Bone Collector. Very bullish on Saitama. And again, I just only want to spread positivity. I know things have been looking rough for that specific token. I haven't really brought it up yet again, but it's something we need to definitely discuss, because I think there's some fun things that are on their pipeline. Looks like the SHIB analyst came out and kind of made a dedicated video to Saitama. I gave it a watch. So there's a lot of catalysts that are yet to come. And again, it's very early for this crypto. Very, very early yet. But again, thank you guys so much, and congratulations to Candasia for all the success you've seen so far. And Senju, dropping to $5, says Amazon will break new ground too by either accepting crypto or creating their own sensei. Mass mainstream exposure. Excited for the future of crypto. Senju, very well said. Regardless of what happens with Amazon, regardless, if they decide to list SHIB, accept SHIB as a form of cryptocurrency payment, or if they start accepting Bitcoin, Ethereum, anything, just know we saw what the market reacted as soon as the information dropped. Bitcoin literally pumped a few $1,000s. I want to say 5,000 or 6,000. Let's just go back real quick, because this wasn't too long ago. If we look at the 1 month chart, we could see when the pump happened. So yeah, I want to say probably July 20th. We saw it just start to pump until or maybe it wasn't here. Maybe it was on a Sunday. So I went from 34,000 directly to nearly 40,000. $6,000, a 20% increase, literally in no time. And then there was some information about, Amazon came out and said, no, we're not looking to actually list SHIB, yada, yada, yada. So we saw a little bit of a sell-off, but then we saw things pick back up because the market realized, hold on a second. Hold on just 1 second. If Amazon would accept Bitcoin or cryptocurrency as payment, look how the market would react. Even if it's not as soon as the end of the year, look how the market would react. Okay. And if we look at the fear and greed index, things were starting to look a little bit better. There was less fear in the market and greed was starting to appear. So again, we saw the overall market the bulls continued to prevail. The bears were just losing the fight between the two. But right now, again, today was the first real correction we saw. And I think that this, again, just a slight correction, intraday correction that we'll see hopefully pick back up tomorrow. Bitcoin over 42, 43,000 probably in the near future. But again, it might just take a little bit of time before we see the overall market continue to, go back on its bull run, go back to all-time highs, including for the big cryptos and Shiba Inu itself. I really anticipate that we'll see all-time highs after the Coinbase Pro listing and Coinbase listing. That's going to be the catalyst that will start driving us up. And then after that, we have a lot more to look forward to from phase 2. If you haven't read the article or you didn't get to watch my video, go back to my previous live stream before this one, which I believe was on Saturday night. Go back and watch it and review some of the things we talked about, or just read it for yourself. Because this here, if you don't have conviction, or if you have not necessarily diamond hands or paper hands, but kind of like, I don't know, something in between, we'll have to see what happens. So Chad Redding, Saitama is right now. Shiba Inu pumping. Is it? Let's go look. And real quick, I don't want to miss the super chat from Josh Adams. Thank you so much for the $2. And he says, thoughts on crypto implemented into casinos. More utility. I think there's potential there for sure. But it might help with, it might affect diversion and things of that nature. And if it does end up getting integrated into casinos, I don't know how I feel about it actually, now that I'm thinking more about it. Because I know casinos and taxes are also already a big issue. But who knows? Could be a decent use case though. It definitely could be. So Saitama, he says. What am I going to look at? Oh wow, it did pump up quite a bit. What is that, 30% of the last? Sheesh. Pumping. Saitama's definitely pumping. Wow. Man. And Dwayne Smith dropping the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Dwayne. He says, you have to have conviction in the coins you invest in. Hashtag SHIBARMY, baby. SHIBARMY, baby. And chat says 2 bullish 4-hour candles in a row. Hope it keeps up. Let's go, Redding Sensei. Let's keep at it, fam. I'm hopeful. Very, very hopeful to see what happens. Let's get the 1 hour. I'm just waiting for the market to pick back up too. Once this small correction is over, that's going to also, of course, help get maybe some new investors into SHIB immediately after. Jeremiah Putin says, what's new? Man, lots of new. But just in quick recap, Coinbase Institutional listed SHIB after we verified on Twitter. Oh, I just closed the Twitter. But let's go back here. On the profile. Here. Coinbase Institutional. Coinbase Custody now supports CLV, MASC, and SHIB. Pretty big news for us. And again, institutional investors being those who have a $10 million funded account or more are the ones who could trade on this platform. But again, this is where it starts. Next would be Coinbase Pro. Then after that, Coinbase. We were anticipating it for this week, and it looks like the anticipation might have been somewhat accurate. So we'll see what's happening. SHIB's price action is looking good. It's looking like we're going to go back to the intraday high. 640 Satoshi units. We'll see what happens. We'll see it. Looks like 640 is a decent level of resistance, but we'll see. You know what I noticed? Every cycle, every crypto cycle, there's something that's big that people follow. So if you guys remember 2017, 2018, ICOs, initial coin offerings were the hot thing. People were making hundreds, thousands of percents, gained over the span of literally the first day it would come out. So yeah, SHYTOSHI. Is that the real SHYTOSHI? If that's the real SHYTOSHI, send me a tweet so I can make you so I can give you a syringe, because I'm not even sure if that's Shy. Let me message him on Telegram real quick, because I don't want anyone to get message deleted by Ben Adi. Ben was so quick to deleting it. Henry Rosales says, how do I buy Saitama? The same way you buy SHIB. You could do all of that on the swap. So if you want to utilize Shiba Swap, you can use Uniswap. Any of the swap platforms you can buy on. Ethereum fork August 4th? Absolutely. That's going to be big, by the way. Like, I feel like I haven't really been sharing much information regarding the fork, but you guys can see. Let's see here. If we just pull up another tab. If you guys look at Ethereum's price action, people have been kind of confused. Like, why is it not following the others? Why is it outpacing other cryptocurrencies? It's because there's big anticipation that for August 4th, the day after tomorrow, things are going to change for this crypto. For the better, of course. And you guys can see Ethereum developer Tim Biko says, announced in his blog that Ethereum's London hard fork will launch on August 4th between 1300 UTC and 1700 with block 12,965,000 exactly. So it's something that people have been waiting for and people have been anticipating and excited about. So as you guys can see, the market has been showing as so as well. So we're going to look at the 7-day chart. It's been steadily rising. Oh man, 1765. I bought in a little higher than that. I bought more Ethereum right around 1800, I think it was. So we're up, nicely. Still a lot more room to grow. And I think, again, for me, Ethereum is one of those very, very long-term holds. Not something more short-term, more long-term for sure. Big shout out, Kandeja Foods, the Chiba Bone Collector, dropping a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Kandeja. Everyone keeps saying he's Elon, but what if SHYTOSHI's actually Jeff Bezos or someone directly from his team? Then January 2022 rolls around and Amazon starts accepting SHIBs. Yeesh. Yeesh is right. And this is what he said on Discord. If you guys didn't see, let's quickly go. If you guys saw SHYTOSHI here, he's been talkative. Let's see. Right here. Was this the one? Because all he said, it was something along the lines of, if Amazon accepts SHIB, that would be interesting. It was such a nonchalant, very chill response with not much to it. Just that would be interesting, he said. So what could that mean? It can mean a lot of different things. Basically, the vibe that I got from that information, or just the way he responded to it, and people were just saying, hey, what do you think of this article that came out saying that SHIB might be accepted on Amazon? Hey, man. Milkshake, I think, she did a really good job of capturing a lot of those different tweets from SHYTOSHI. Or not tweets, excuse me. Discord messages. Let's see, maybe right here. Let's read some of these actually together real quick. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. SHYTOSHI, Leash. Leash doesn't have nearly as much utility as SHIB, but with it being used for paying for wolf pool listings on Shiba Swap and possibly SHI governance, we give it just that. This helps incentivize exchanges to list it. Trust me, I've been in meetings on this, because ultimately we don't pay for listings, so we have to do the same thing we did for SHIB, and that is gain momentum and show the power of leash. Whoa, think about that, guys. People right now are paying. I want to tell you guys something. For everybody that is in the chat right now, did you guys know how much cryptocurrencies pay exchanges to get listed Binance typically can charge between, if there's not enough hype or not enough of a community backing, sometimes companies have to pay upwards of 200,000 or more US dollars to get listed on an exchange. $200,000, which is insanity. So as SHYTOSHI said here, because again, we're looking to get Bone and Leash listed on these other exchanges, right? Of course, short-term and long-term catalyst. But as SHYTOSHI said here, they don't pay exchanges to get listed. They do not. They instead just want to see those listings based purely off momentum and show the power of leash. So then it says Bone is governance. This allows you to take control of what happens next on the swap, and it's simple. So this is how I approached phase 2. Moreover, incubator and the tech behind it gives us infinite possibilities to move outside of just financials. So that's one of the good tweets that I think, or not the good tweets, but the good Discord messages that he sent out. And he really had only good things to say. But the one I want to highlight is, where is it? I should just make a dedicated video for SHYTOSHI tweets. Where is the one about? There was one about it, but regardless, guys, I think I kind of summed it up pretty well. And that is what he stated in terms of potentially seeing SHIB being used as a form of currency or a form of payment for Amazon transactions, and that is, it would be interesting. That simple. So we'll see what happens. Senju, thank you so much for $5. Says Ahmed Sensei, do you think VB will share details on consensus change when it comes? Austin Hilton predicted 5K price September. We'll see. I don't think it's impossible. I don't know if VB would do something like that, right? Because I don't know. As a developer and as a person, he's just so unique and he's very different than a typical, co-founder, CEO, whatever you want to call him. Because he's one of the masterminds behind Ethereum's blockchain and Ethereum's success. But I don't anticipate it. Austin Hilton with a $5,000 September Shiba Inu price prediction. That's big. Man. If the overall market does... So remember, guys, August is infamously known to be a month that cryptocurrencies correct. Right? Not substantially, but we tend to see more corrections during the month of August and April and August, those 2 months. The months following, May and September, are usually bullish months. So could we go back to all-time highs for Ethereum and pass them? It's very possible, because there's going to be a lot of eyes on Ethereum now after the big update and the fork, as well as this whole Ethereum 2.0. It's gonna be pretty awesome, man. It's gonna be pretty awesome. So we'll definitely see. As you said, all I can say is I'm excited, holding my Ethereum strong, never looking to sell. I'm holding Ethereum for decades because I just love everything about it. Just like my SHIB, holding for the long term. And Imaj dropping the $50 super chat. Imaj, thank you so much, man. You know how much that means to me, and I just see your support every day. So thank you. And he says, you are right. People do not understand the importance of blockchain and smart contracts. 3 reasons I'm 1.8 trillion on SHIB, the blockchain, the ecosystem, the SHIBARMY, knowing the technology behind it. It is just as important. Imaj, that's very well said, my friend. But thank you so much, man. Hashtag Imaj251 in the chat if you guys can. Really appreciate you. And he's right. People don't understand the importance of blockchain. They don't understand the importance of decentralization. And they don't understand the importance of disruption in the crypto space. SHIB is getting ready to be disruptive. Any disruptor in any type of industry, regardless if it's cryptocurrency or stocks, that's what I most look for in any of my investments, is the word disruption. And I don't take that philosophy just from me. I learned that from Cathie Wood, one of the people who's extremely bullish on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as an infrastructure. She has the $500,000, $500,000 price target on Bitcoin. She is the person that I look up to as an investor and someone who has found a lot of success in this space. Again, her ETF, her index fund outperformed every single index fund in the year 2020. When the market crashed, she pounced. That's where I get that mentality. Buying the dip. Understanding what it means to buy the dip and what it means to hold through volatility and through tough times. I learned that from her. And again, I hope you guys can learn that from anybody, right? If it's me, if it's someone else on the space, if it's anyone on Twitter, doesn't matter. As long as you learn what it means to hold long term, because ultimately, tokenomics is what speaks, right? Good investments versus bad investments. Right now, we got into something that was very speculative, especially when we got in back in May of 2021. So I know a lot of people also joined as soon as I did. After it started dipping from its all-time high, I was like, okay, I think this is an opportunity now because I see where this is going. A community-driven project that is unknown in terms of utility. We don't know for sure what's going to happen, but we're anticipating all these things, the swap to drop. Now, a new blockchain, its own blockchain, having its own stable token. The ecosystem is growing, potentially being a form of currency that is accepted across big e-commerce giants like Amazon, right? Speculative. And it's okay to be diversified in speculative plays. Going back to Warren Buffett, I mentioned that whole vehicle thing, right? It's a transfer of wealth from inpatient to patient. Understand? We got that down. Now, the other thing that Warren also says is if he could go back in time, he would have invested in more speculative plays. Mind you, in his time, back when he was building Berkshire Hathaway, his investments, his stocks, the speculative plays were the Microsofts, the Apples, the Amazons. Those were speculative. And, again, back then there were $1, $2, $3 stocks. Now, you know where those things are. So again, it's always okay to diversify out, but being diversified means holding the bigger cryptocurrencies as well, right? So just know, as a full space, cryptocurrency is speculative in and of itself. Some are less speculative than others. Bitcoin, I'm very long and strong on. Ethereum, very, very long-term hold for me for sure. Cardano, with smart contracts, extremely long-term hold for me. And then there's some more speculative ones. That's where the Dogecoins come in. That's where even the Ripples kind of. Again, Ripple actually has a use case, so I don't even want to say it's speculative. And that's what's one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. But when we start looking at things like Shiba Inu and other speculative plays that have a lot more growth potential than some of the other cryptos, but come with a lot more risk as well, those are the kind of things that excite me because I'm a risky investor, right? And you guys know I'm very transparent about that. And I found a lot of success with it as well. But you always can make your own decisions about long-term and short-term investing and how risky you want to be. Assess your own risk tolerance and assess your own buying power. Based off that, that's when you can decide whether or not this is the right one for you. The Shiba Bone Collector dropping yet another $10. Kandeja, thank you so much, my man. He says, very nonchalant. Exactly. He's been very talkative lately and definitely seems a little confident. And that's why he's building Shiba into a monster. So once the truth comes out, boom. Kandeja, the Shiba Bone Collector, I think we got something coming. I think we have something coming. And let the paper hands leave. I don't want paper hands to have positions because all they do is they'll wait for it to go up a couple percent and sell it off. They'll wait for it to go up a couple more percentage points and then they'll sell off. And then if the market pulls back, they sell their positions. Those aren't the kind of investors that we want. Those aren't the true SHIB Army members like you and I that are in the chat right now. There's 913 of you here. You all are true diamond handers. I have a strong feeling deep down in my gut that you guys are diamond handing and you guys are real long on SHIB. And that's why you tune in each and every day. That's why you guys continue to smash that like button. That's why you've subscribed to the channel. That's why you turn on those post notifications. There's a reason for that. It's because you want to continue to learn more, you want to know more, and be as up to date as possible to keep your conviction strong. And that's what I try to bring in, right? And the fact that you guys continue to come back, that helps me build conviction as well. And I continue to say this on all the streams and all the videos. This is a two-way street, folks. A two-way street. 100% of the time. Haggard fan dropping the $25. Thank you so much, Haggard. Shiba Bone Collector brings up a great point, Ahmed. I am diamond hands all the way. Great things are coming, folks. Now smash that like button, y'all. Thank you so much, Haggard, for coming in. Always dropping the $25 super chat. Really appreciate all your support. Man, oh man, oh man. Really, I know I've been saying it for a long time. Trust me, I've been saying it for a few months. So I say it to me before I say it to you all. It's that big things are yet to come for this cryptocurrency. Really, if I didn't believe it, I would not say it. Trust me. I'm a man who has conviction, yes, in this crypto. But I also am a man who has integrity. And by definition, let's just look up the definition together. Integrity. I want to make sure, because people are like, dude, why do you continue to make the same content about Shiba Inu? The big thing is the word integrity. And I want you guys to embrace this term and make sure if there's anybody that you follow on any platform, right, that they also have integrity. And that is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. That's one thing that I never want to take away from myself. Having conviction is important, but having the transparency piece, having that honesty piece is also just as important, if not more important, than the conviction and the excitement that I share. And that's why I show you guys, right? Put your money where your mouth is. That's one thing you need to assess with anyone that you listen to or you watch, or if it's a podcast, if it's a relationship expert. Here, let me just bring you guys up an example. Say you follow someone that's for relationship advice, right? You're someone that's looking to maybe get married, or you're married and you're just looking for counseling, whatever. This is the first thing that popped in my head, so I'm going to say it out loud. You're not going to go get that advice from someone that's been divorced, or that's someone who's had multiple relationships in a short amount of time, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So it's the same thing for an investor or someone that's investing. You're not going to listen to somebody that's not investing their own money into a cryptocurrency, right? And mind you, I'm not a multimillionaire, right? I'm not someone with huge buying power, but I have conviction in this thing that I've built out my portfolio. Yes, it's high risk, but I've built out my portfolio that now my biggest holdings are within this ecosystem, 100%. And you guys can see, and I'm very transparent. That's why I show it always on the screen. If you look at my portfolio, 5.53 SSLP, $1,138 just in Bone and Ethereum. There's one aspect of the ecosystem. Now, if we go back and look at my bury feature, I have 263 million tokens buried and 112 million buried, 263 liquid. So that's about, if you do an approximation, $2,300 or so. I think that's about approximate. So now we're looking at $3,500. And in addition to that, we have a little bit of leash, not much. But if we look at Bone, 253 Bone at about $2 a piece, $500 more there, and in leash. So across this entire ecosystem, I'm not a big whale. I'm not a multimillionaire. I don't have billions of tokens. I don't. But I'm someone who has conviction, and I hold what I can hold based off my own independent risk tolerance and what I view as, a good position size. I want to grow more. If I had millions of dollars, if I had $1 million to my name, about $250,000 would probably be within this ecosystem, a quarter of my total assets or money. Because that's how much I believe in SHIB. Outside of just, making exciting videos, interacting with you all the things that you have, all the opportunities you guys presented for me, that's one aspect of it. So I always feel like, this is now so much more than just an investment. It's now a family. And that's what I feel like, genuinely. And the fact is, when I continue to see these updates, phase 2, all the things that we look for, the positivity, it keeps me excited, folks. It really, really does. And a big shout out to Brian Edwards, man, dropping the $25 super chat. Oh, man. Appreciate you so much, my friend. Really, Brian, you have just been instrumental, phenomenal. I don't know, all the analogous words to an amazing person. So thank you for all your continued support, my man. He says, what is up, Pop? Congrats on the Saturdays with Shy. Can't wait for Coinbase so I can open up a ship position there. Why? To take my profits there while I leave other dogs on the swap where they work. Easy cash out on CB. 100%. USD to SHIB, SHIB to USD. That's the thing, is a lot of people are waiting right now on the sideline. They're literally waiting for that listing on Coinbase for them to go in, because people aren't comfortable swapping or switching from one crypto to another. No, they're looking for, they're directly looking for a Coinbase listing where they can take their US dollars, put them into SHIB directly. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen, my friend. I'm super excited. So thank you so much, Brian Edwards and Yasmini Marquez, also dropping a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you guys all so much who have tuned in today. This has been absolutely fantastic, and you guys see how excited I am, and there's obvious reasons for that. All the catalyst. Harvez Pierre, we are Shiba Inu, says with a $2 super chat. We are Shiba Inu. Harvez, 100% agreed, my man. JDM Honda Accord. Hey, the Accords are one of my favorite cars. Hopefully I'm gonna buy an Accord here soon. I don't know. Maybe by the end of the year or next year, I'm looking to actually buy a new car. And Hondas are one of my favorites. So big shout out to you, JDM, with the $5 super chat. Thank you for your support, my brother. Really, really do appreciate it, and you know that. So love the Honda Accords. Oh man, the Singaporean man. Dope meant cool. Man, oh man. Thank you so much for the 50 Singaporean dollars. My brother from Singapore, my fellow SHIB Army member. Oh man. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, dope meant cool, the Nat. The Nat himself. Stop spamming the chat. Who's spamming the chat? G Money. Who do we have to mute? Carlos Martinez, your pop, please, bro. Do you think Shiba can reach 1 cent in a few years based on the project Shiba has? Carlos, 100% honesty. If burn happens, as Shai said, and we start seeing token burn for this crypto, man, oh man, oh man, I think anything is possible. And that 1 cent thesis that I had, 10 cent thesis, whatever it might be, I think it's all possible, but token burn is going to have to happen. So I got you, Mr. Martinez. Let's see what happens, my friend. Man, dope meant the Nat though. Dope meant cool the Nat. Thank you so much for your support, my brother. Wow, that's too much though, man. You guys are all so phenomenal. SHIB Army, thank you guys all so much for today. Let's share this energy. Get this video out to more people. Smash that like button. That's the way to do it. We can beat the YouTube algorithm so more people have exposure to Shiba Inu and know what we have coming for it. Let's build that buying pressure. We're all diamond handing. We're all holding strong, looking for the long-term gains. Remember, we make these videos not for financial advice, but always trying to put you guys on the plays that I am in. And Shiba Inu, of course, is one of those. Let's see what happens. Super excited. I'll probably make a wrap-up video about all these things because I just needed to go live to show my face to all of you so we could talk right away. But man, oh man, oh man. We got a lot coming, folks. We got a lot coming, SHIB Army. A lot. So excited. Dope meant cool. The Nat. No, man. Oh my goodness. Dropping another $50. Always doing this to me. Every stream, man. Coming in hot. Appreciate you, my friend. Really, thank you from the bottom of my heart. My Singaporean friend. Appreciate you. Shout out Singapore. I'm going to do hashtag Singapore in the chat myself. Hashtag Singapore. Man, much love. I'm going to come visit. My wife and I both want to visit Singapore pretty badly. So hopefully soon, maybe we'll do some kind of Shiba Inu meetup there. Because I know the SHIB Army is pretty deep. India, Singapore, we're international. So we'll see what happens. G Money, G Money, G Money. Thank you for the information, Sensei. My pleasure, guys. Really, you never have to thank me, guys. It's always my pleasure. You guys all support me, and the least I could do is continue to bring excitement and energy to our favorite token, that is SHIB. Heavy Metal Chef with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Heavy Metal. Now I believe hashtag Manila. So yeah, I'm gonna make a dedicated video talking about SHYTOSHI and I's Q&A Saturday. Again, you guys are my priority. Nobody else, because the SHIB community is big, but the fact that you guys are the ones who are continuously supporting, I want to make sure to give you guys timelines. So make sure you're following me on Twitter. I'll be putting all the updates directly on Twitter. So make sure you're on there, and that's where I'll probably be hosting the questions. And then maybe if Shai is able to even join me live on the streams, because we'll go one by one, question by question. If he's able to, again, he's still uncomfortable speaking, but because again, he says his voice is recognizable. I haven't even talked to him via voice. We only talk on Telegram or just via chat. But just know that that's going to be a place that you guys can get your questions answered. Hashtag Indonesia. Oh man, Bali, Andy, I got you, man. Nepal, we got the Shiba Inu worldwide tour. That's what we'll have to do. Love it, man. So we'll see what happens with the Q&A. Really excited for it. And also for Coinbase, we'll see what happens moving into tomorrow. And a big shout out to Heavy Metal Chef. Thank you so much again, man. And not the cool not dope met. Appreciate you and your support tonight. And everybody else, Imaj, thank you, my man. And all of you who tuned in. You guys, we had nearly 1,000 people literally coming into the chat, in and out. A total of 9,200 people tuned in tonight in the last hour. 9,200 individuals are trying to learn more about SHIB. That should, by itself, give you guys some excitement. This community is deep and we are massive. We are big, folks. We are big. So let's see where we go. Let's see where we head and see what happens. And Brian Edwards dropping a $25 super chat yet again. Any insight on leash burn? They're already exquisitely rare. I'm holding to my leash. Shy, maybe Bezos or Andy Jassy. Methinks. Brian, you might be right, my friend. The only thing that we have right now that we know, I don't know much about a burn, but Brian, with the Q&A with SHYTOSHI, I'm going to ask him about individual burns for all three. I don't think with the governance token, being that it only has 250 million, bone is going to be something that is even talked about a burn. But SHIB and leash, possibly. Don't know for sure if there's any answers regarding that. But that's a question that I think we should definitely address and ask SHYTOSHI directly. So, Brian, make sure you get those questions ready. So we ask Shy, and hopefully we'll be able to answer you, in more of a one-on-one type situation. Yeah. But the big thing is here. So with Shi coming out, the big thing that we obviously got out of it is Ryoshi's vision was leash governs Shi specifically. We are investigating how exact this portion of his vision while granting more power and utility to one of my favorite tokens, leash, as SHYTOSHI said. So make sure you guys understand that leash and bone, some of you who are only invested in only singly invested into SHIB, might want to think about maybe establishing a small position, not financial advice, into bone and leash. I decided to do so, and I'm looking to actually increase my position size in leash and bone. And there are some obvious reasons for that, but SHIB will always be the face. SHIB will be the form of currency, the payment method, everything that is in terms of utility for that. I 100% believe that SHIB will be the one that kind of leads us along the way. All right, guys, I think that is what we had for the night. It's already 8:10 here. The wife graciously allowed me to come on and stream on a weekday. Usually we try to spend as much time as we can because weekends are always so busy, and I try to make sure I come on a live stream here and there when I can. But yeah, again, we'll do a wrap-up video about what this Coinbase listing means in terms of the longevity and future, and what does this mean in terms of timeline for Coinbase Pro and a Coinbase official listing outside of the custody. We'll see what happens. Thank you everybody that tuned in tonight. Let's watch. Hopefully Shiba continue to flourish after a little bit of sell-off that we saw. And again, price action, excuse me, price action for the last 7 days, running pretty much sideways, a little bit of peaks and troughs here and there as we see some excitement. But again, the bears continue to push us down. But you can never silence true utility. Tokenomics always will prevail and win at the end. Remember, the cryptocurrency and stock market are vehicles to transfer wealth to from those who are impatient to those who are patient. So for those of us who have been patient, who have been diamond handing every single day since the beginning, let's continue to hopefully see fantastic movement moving forward. If you haven't already, if you want to support me in any way, shape, or form, for all the viewers that are in here, click the link in the description for WEBULL and get your 2 free stocks when you deposit 1 cent into your WEBULL brokerage account. It gives me a free stock, but if you want to deposit up to $5, you get a second free stock valued up to $2,300 US. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time then, to the SHIB Army and my SHIB family, from the bottom of my heart, love each and every one of you. Appreciate each and every one of you for giving me this opportunity. And until next time then, keep investing. Peace and have a good night. You too, Herd.